3dscanstore.com. They make some pretty lifelike, realistic 3D models for Procreate. I'm super impressed. They sent me some to demo for you today, so let's check them out right here on the Floaty channel. Don't forget to support. Hit the like button. So they have sent me two different bundles, the ballet female and ballet bundle here. The ballet female is from the anatomy bundle, and the ballet bundle is its own thing. So you'll see that on their website. Check it out. Okay, importing onto Procreate. If you have any questions about that, don't worry. I have a video on that. Just follow a link in the description below. But for now, I'm just going to do it. Alrighty, so we have a couple different models here that they sent us, and you can find them again at 3dscanstore.com. They have a lot of different variations, some with and without clothing, with the hair up so it's out of the way, so you can design tattoos on their backs, things like that. But this is what they sent me. This is their demo, so we're going to try these out today. We have the female ballet dancer. This is just one of many in the folder that I have, and this kind of just shows you the 360 view. This is a very lifelike scan because this is a real person, I'm sure, that they scanned in. You can see everything. She even has a little birthmark right here. It's kind of crazy. Didn't notice that before. Even the shoes, look at the ballet shoes. There's a lot of detail in these things. You can see skin wrinkles. And yeah, so everything is cool here because this is, you know, it's extra accurate because it's humans. They're in these poses. You're going to get very realistic posing here. So posing is very hard for models to do. I've actually tried drawing models in figure drawing classes, and they do a wonderful job. They can hold the pose for, sometimes people hold them for like up to an hour. It's amazing. Nobody can hold these poses where you're in midair, obviously. So it's awesome to have a model that you can actually turn. It's not just a photograph. You can turn it and take a screenshot from any angle. Let's just try that right now. This is just one of the ways you can use this, obviously. Now you have your screenshot here of your model. You can have her in a bunch of different poses, and from here you can just start a new layer and just work right on top of the figure. If you want a figure jumping, you're gonna get a nice outline of that. And you know, whether or not you want to get into the details. Mostly for tattooing, I would think you just want, sometimes just want the gesture, the outline, the posing. That can be difficult working from photographs because they're static and you can't turn them. So obviously 3D models are superior. Let's see what other types of poses we have for that. Ballerina. So they have more normal posing. Not everything is a ballerina on the website. Go check it out. We have that link in the description below. Okay, there she is now with her arm up. We have this pose, this pose, this pose, this pose, this pose, all of that. We can use her as inspiration for creating a tattoo, or we can use her directly to create a tattoo on her body. Is this one the best for that? Probably not. She's wearing clothes. I can only work on the areas that are exposed. For this one, I'd probably want a different package as a tattoo artist. The anatomy package or anatomical package looks like the right one. So check that out. But yeah, so this is what we got. Let's check it out. We're going to look in 3D. We're going to go 2D texture. Oh my God, what just happened? My goodness. Yeah, so this is the 3D to 2D changeover. Don't be frightened. This is the 3D model still. She looks frightening. But you can see how this kind of gets put together. I'm glad that my brain doesn't work like this, but the computer is taking care of it for me. The toes are here. You can see some of the face. You can kind of tell where you're at. This looks like a knee. So you can actually draw on the 2D or the 3D mode, I believe. Okay, 2D mode. Okay, let me see the 3D rendering of that. And then equally, let's change the color. Drawing on the 3D mode. Directly. Oh, can you not draw on the 3D model? Okay, maybe not. Maybe a new layer. What's going on here? There we go. Okay, we're good. For some reason, I don't know what just happened there. Okay, let's just gonna. Okay, so you always want to create that new layer when you're working. We're gonna now show you on the 3D mode, back to 2D. You can see it kind of going back to this weird orientation. So it is kind of hard going back and forth between 2D and 3D still in Procreate. Getting your design to look right when you go to 2D doesn't really make sense. So if you design something entirely on these models, just remember it doesn't necessarily translate. So let's just test it out again so you can see what I mean. This time we're gonna like draw something recognizable. And let's just say we're doing a tattoo that goes like across the body here. We'll go out 3 directions. All right, so in the 3D mode, all of that was connected. In the 2D mode, you can see it's all been broken up. It's very hard to translate from one to the other. It's also a little challenging sometimes, I noticed, to insert a tattoo. It's been done, so let's just try to put this mandala thing I was working on from Midjourney. So I'm in the 2D mode here. Just changed my layer. So it's hard because I don't know exactly what body part I'm on here. So that's the big challenge. We can see the knee, so maybe this will be a good one for the right above that where the thigh is. I feel like it's this direction. So now when you go back out of 2D, you'll see the 3D mode with the rendering on top. So it's actually turned out pretty cool for that particular body part. I chose a body part that was very clear in the 2D rendering though, so that it would be easy to locate. When you get into patterns that are in the midline, I noticed it's harder because the 2D mode seems to jump over. Let me see if that's the case with this one. If we wanted to center this on, yeah, so some of the body parts are split up. Back's over here. So, so you got a little bit on her behind there and then a little bit on her arm. So it gets a little crazy. It's hard to isolate those body parts in the 2D mode. Essentially, it's challenging. But can it be done? Yeah, it actually can be done. Look, there's some cool stuff going on here, but placement won't be just perfect. I think all in all, the way I'm probably going to use it myself is very similar to what I just showed you with the screenshot. If I'm doing a thigh piece and I want to show the client, I still really like the 3D model here. I can just do a screenshot. Okay, let's pull up one of those designs. Okay, and now I can play around with where that design is going to go. And then I can turn the model, take another screenshot, and show this from a different angle. And I think that's, for me, that's the way I want to do it on Instagram and stuff like that. Drawing directly on the model is also possible, and then you can just take a screenshot of the 3D mode. You just have to remember that your design is going to be stuck also in that 3D model mode. So transforming it back into 2D is going to be an extra step there. Okay, yeah, so this is a great way to get an idea of what a design might look like on a body part here. So I do think that's pretty cool. Now I keep trying to turn it because I keep forgetting we're out of 3D models. Okay, so we have 2D mode here, permanently displaying this one image, but then we can turn it and we can keep going with the 3D mode. We can keep making screenshots. It's kind of endless. So is it useful for tattoo artists? Yeah, definitely. We can definitely use this. So are there better bodies for us? Yes. We might prefer nudity just because people do want to know how it looks if it comes down onto low onto the back or the buttock area. Bras get in the way of arm pieces, sternum pieces, things like that. So the nude models are preferred to me. So there are those as well, which is amazing. I mean, what great people for doing that. We used to have some volunteers in class that would do that. But... All right, let's take a look at the ballet duet. We have the two models here interacting. I thought this was pretty neat. I just wanted to show you all the cool angles here. Yeah, very neat. So we have legs, arms, ankles, the bottom of the feet, for crying out loud. Not really, you know, they're kind of smushed. We couldn't scan those. Everything, bottom of her feet. There we go. Boom, bottom of a foot. Got everything here. Bottom of feet, shoulder we could work on here. Could do a screenshot in there. Oh, and don't forget, we're 3D models here, so there's lighting editing. Now this does come in handy with figure drawing quite a bit, where we have our highlights and shadows if that's something we want to change. If we decide we want to use this girl's face as a model, we can actually light her face differently. We can add a light over here. If we want to use her hands, I to change the lighting on that hand. Let's get rid of this light. How about that? Delete. Boom. There we go. Lots of cool lighting. Kind of spooky lighting on that hand. We'll make a spooky hand. You never know what you want to do. Spooky hands are cool. We like spooky stuff. Okay. What else we got? Environment. We can change the entire environment behind them. No lighting at all. So that kind of changes the warmth of the lighting, the tone of the lighting on the figures. So that might be something you want to play around with. Cool. Let's see what else they sent me. All right. Bottom of a foot. Got this dude. Very serious. Look at that pose. Boom. All right, so we could do on this one, we could use his back. His bottom's pretty exposed as well. He's got this belt here though, so if I'm doing a back piece, it's not the best. Again, I probably want that anatomy bundle. But this is pretty cool. We could use this for a lot of different things. Let's try taking a screenshot. Okay, nice screenshot. See this guy's chest. It's a nice 3D chest right there for you. All right, let's pick out a cool chest piece for this dude. All right, let's give this guy a chest tattoo. Got this butterfly here, Mid-Journey. All right, and now play around with that chest piece. It's pretty cool on this dude. Okay, there's this little butterfly. As you can see, there's lots of great ways to use 3D models on Procreate. 3D Scan Store has some great stuff. Don't forget to go there. I like the anatomy set. I think that it is very useful for the craft of tattooing. You guys are going to find that also it's great for figure drawing if you're just interested in drawing as well. So you guys got to check it out, 3dscanstore.com. And thank you guys for sending me these demos. And don't forget, like and subscribe before you go. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.